Yeah, hi folks, this is Siggi. Nice to have you here with me in part 3 of the pentatonic licks. So, well, I showed you how the pentatonic scale, the first run, works, and now I would like to take 4 notes, more or less, out of this pentatonic scale, or this run. Use the 5th fret on the D string, the 7th, the 5th on the G, and the 7th on the G. And we start with the 7th on the G. And, well, here we start how to create a tone. I explained this on my DVD, A Closer Look, but I try to give an impression. I don't have so much time here, but look, the first thing that we learn is to bend a string. And when I bend a string like this here, from the 7th fret, then first finger and second finger help to push the string. And I imagine which note to reach. I want to reach this note here. And then I push and let fall back the note to the the status when I started. Yeah? And then I add vibrato. I can say most of the tones that I play come in a way from the blues, the articulation, because you see jazzes, for example, they don't work so much on the tone, they leave the tone as it is, but as a blues man you try to give life to the note, and you do this with the help of the vibrato. And when we do this as a first exercise, it sounds like this. Listen to the playback and play along. So it took me years to find out the right tone, and it takes time, but these days it's so easy with the help of YouTube. There are so many lessons you can take a look into. And well, the next step is, what I forgot to say is you have to keep the rhythm. So it is absolutely necessary to be on the groove. So let your foot do the tapping, and then it works. Next step is to take a second note, and I take this one. It's a C in the 5th fret. Yeah. Let me see, or let us try to find out what we can do with the second note. Okay, here we go. Okay, even with these notes you can play a lot of variations. Listen. I think what we are all looking for is when the guitar starts to speak to you and you think, oh, I must listen, what does the guitar have to say to me? Yeah? And if it doesn't tell a story, then nobody listens and we find it boring. But take, for example, a man like, he sounds a bit like Carlos Santana. The way he plays is like he tells a story, and you think the guitar talks to you, and this is what we want to reach. Yeah. Well, and for example, the notes, take the 7th note here again. I think of the note in the 7th fret here, the D. imagine in how many ways you can play this note. I give you an idea. You can play it like this, but you can play it like that, or like that. So these are different kinds of articulation, and give them a try. Listen. Now here I go to the next part. The next note is the, what is it? It is an A in the 7th fret on the D string. Listen. Let me take a look at the chime. Yeah, we do have a bit. So in between you hear these high-pitched notes. I get them by well, letting the string hit my. Well, first I pluck it with the string with the pick, and immediately at the same time the string goes to hits back to the flesh of my thumb. And this is easier when you have a distorted sound. I can't show you because it's a bit tricky here. All can I do? Here is the amp that I use all the time for my recordings here on YouTube, and it is a simple microcube. And well, you see, I have, well, the classical channel, and then gain at 2 o'clock, and so nothing more than this. And maybe we do a lesson with Karina. She comes to me once a week and plays over this via this microcube with her guitar. Even as it's not so expensive, and it sounds great as well, because I think all the guitars sound great these days, but you must work on your tone. That is in the end the most important thing, yeah? Okay, let us go on. Okay. So you see, I think I could play the whole evening. Maybe too boring for you, but you see how many different things you can do with these 4 notes, yeah? I talk about the vibrato and things like that on my DVD, A Closer Look, so if you're interested in it, try to get it, and I think it's worth the money. So I hope this helps you a little bit, and we go on in the next part, and hope you to keep the interest and to tell me what you'd like to know. Otherwise I go into the next part, part 4. So have a great time. Bye bye. Nice to see you again here on my channel. Bye.